Welcome to episode 7 of Mina Talks. I'm your host, Mina. Thanks for joining me in my library. In this episode, I'm doing something I have never done in the past. Recently, well, maybe not so recently, when listening to Hood Horror's videos, I left a comment to him about how amazing it is that he comes up with his stories on the fly while he's recording the audio. I told him I didn't think I could do it. He challenged me to try. As I thought about it, I realized that I do it, but I do it in a written format. Then I go through and edit the story until I feel it is ready for recording or publishing in some other way. I am constantly editing, expanding, and rewriting my stories until they feel complete, which is why I wasn't sure I could do this verbally on audio. However, I'm going to try. This will be a very rough and dirty story creation, so this is my experiment in taking on his challenge. Every story needs an idea to start, to help it begin. Whether this is something someone says, a dream the writer has, or something they pull off a text somewhere. Most of us call this a prompt. If you don't know, Devil Jack has an amino called Horror Writer's Amino. He has 2 long lists of horror writing prompts there. I'm going to take one of his prompts. The prompt is, you're sitting alone in your house. You hear a faint scratching sound. Every time you go to check, it stops. I have no idea what is going to be in this story. I don't even know how it's going to start as I'm recording this part of the video. Expect some errors and rewording, etc. I'm not planning on actually editing the story portion of this video other than to add music and possibly sound effects. I hope you all enjoy it, knowing it will probably be revised and refined at some point in the future in a written form and come back. Now, let me whisper in your ears. My eyes open to the darkness of my bedroom. The house is silent. Unsure why I'm awake, I look to the clock. It's midnight. I take a deep breath. This is the 5th night in a row. The 5th night I've awakened at midnight. I know what's coming next. I want to put the pillow over my head and hide from it. Do I really have to go through this again tonight? Before I can think of anything else, it starts. The scratching. At first, it seems like it's all around me, coming from every direction, relentless, just loud enough for my mind and my ears to hear it. And then it moves. It's suddenly outside the bedroom door, seemingly coming from downstairs. I don't want to chase it down tonight. It's just too much. But I do. Up, I find myself out from underneath the covers, moving towards the door, opening the bedroom door, and walking down the stairs. I find myself facing the windows on the front of the house where the scratching seems to be coming from. Before I reach for the curtain to look outside, it stops. I open the curtains quickly, hoping that I'm quick enough to catch whoever it is, but there's no one there. I look around in the darkness that's outside the house, only lit by the street light just beyond the house. But no, there's no one there. I sigh and head back upstairs to my bedroom. Once in my bedroom, I lock the door again, closing it, locking it, crawling back in the bed, ready to go back to sleep. And there it is again. It starts all over again. Only this time, it starts out focused downstairs. The distance I can almost hear in the scratching. So I head out once more, down the stairs to the front door. Reaching the front door, I look out the peephole just as it stops. There's no one there. Why is this happening to me? I stand there. I want to curl up in a ball and just disappear. Maybe that would make it go away. Maybe that would make it stop. But something in my mind tells me no, that wouldn't make it stop. If it would already have stopped by now. Knowing it doesn't really matter what I do, I head back upstairs to my bedroom, locking the door again and closing it. I sit back on the bed. I don't bother to even put the blanket back over me as I wait for it to start again. As the scratching starts again, I look over to the clock. It's 13 past midnight. This is crazy. What do you want? I say out loud, knowing there's no one to answer me. The scratching has moved. Now it's right outside my bedroom door. But I know there's no one else in the house. No one else can get into the house. I don't know what to do. I just want the scratching to stop. Do you really? The voice enters my head. My ears don't hear it. Just my head. I look around. I ignore it. It's probably just my imagination. I get up and move over to the door. It's almost like I'm compelled to. I unlock the door as the scratching stops. I open the door and there's no one there. I don't know why I bother. I know what I'm going to find every time. I close the door again and lock it. I've got to keep it out of my head. I've got to keep it out of the room. I don't know how to stop this. I can help you stop it. The thought comes again. I shake my head. I'm hearing things now. Not only am I hearing scratching, I'm hearing a voice. What am I going to do? The scratching starts again, only this time it's like it's on the window. Can't be on the window. I'm on the second floor. No one could be up that high. Are you so sure? The voice is taunting me in my head. I wonder if it's my self-conscious, my brain, or what is it that's talking to me right now? I'm sure it's my imagination. But then, who knows? And I find myself standing at the curtain of my windows, knowing logically that there is absolutely no way that anyone is standing outside these windows scratching on them. But the sound is there, and as I touch the window, and as I touch the curtain, it stops again. I sink to the floor. This is too much. I can't take it anymore. I start to cry. I start to rock back and forth, holding my knees against my chest. All I want to do is to make the scratching stop forever. I don't even know why it started. Oh, yes, you do. There's the voice again. I think back 5 days ago. What happened? I don't know. 5 days ago was a Wednesday. was a normal day. Normal Wednesday. Nothing. Then I remembered. There was this person that I ran into at the park while I was walking. He was walking his dog. It was a casual conversation. I thought his dog was kind of cute and asked what the breed was. We got to talking about the animal and I petted it. It was a really nice dog. It was some kind of hound of some sort. I can't remember, but he asked if I would want one. As much as I would, I can't have an animal in this house. I can't have any animals. Allergies. God, I love them. I've never been able to have a pet. At least not in the normal sense of pets. It didn't matter. There was nothing on Wednesday that was... Wait. That's not entirely true. We got on to a strange... Well, I thought it was a strange subject, considering that I just met this person. But he asked me if I liked scary stories or scary movies, and I told him I did. He asked if I had a favorite creature or sort. I kind of giggled. It's kind of silly, but I do, actually. I kind of favor the vampire. Then I told him that. I don't know why I told him that, but I did. And he laughed. So many of your age, he said, like the vampire, and don't understand the significance of a life like that. I blinked and looked at him like he was crazy. They're not real, so, I think a lot of people fantasize about the fact that, practically nothing can kill them. I mean, granted, there are things that can kill them, but it's pretty much the immortality clause that people are drawn to. I mean, a werewolf doesn't have immortality. They're hard to kill, yes, but they're not immortal. They just have longer lives. They get old and die just like a regular human being. It just takes them longer to do it. A vampire doesn't get older. A vampire stays the same age forever. Or at least unless they come up to a vampire hunter that actually manages to kill them. But that doesn't really matter when you're thinking about if you would want to be what you would want to be. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a mummy. I mean, you'd have to be in all that wrapping and having your nose, having your brain sucked out through your nose is not exactly something that I think anybody would want to happen. I mean, you don't have a brain when you're a mummy, right? Not after you've become a mummy. Or do you? I don't know. I can't it doesn't matter because the conversation didn't have any bearing on anything. We said goodbye. Him and his dog left. I went back to my walk. I came home. I ate dinner. I laid down and read some stories, and I went to sleep. There's nothing there there's nothing unusual until midnight, and I woke up. And that was the first time I heard the scratching on the whatever it was. It was everywhere, just like tonight. And then my head turns towards the door as the scratching starts to get louder. If I didn't know better, I'd say that they were putting gouges in the door that's scratching so loud. But I know if I open that door, it won't even look like there's anybody standing there. There won't be anyone there, and there'll be no indication there was anybody scratching on the door. It's been this way for 5 days. And I don't know what happened. Answer the question. Answer what question? I searched my thoughts for a moment. What question could they be asking? What question could the scratching person be asking? My mind wants an answer, but I don't even know what my mind is asking. And I don't know that it's actually my mind. Sometimes it doesn't sound like my thoughts. You know how your thoughts have your voice or a similar voice to your own? It's not my voice. It's not my thoughts. It's somebody else's. And I don't know how that's possible either. Would you like to be what you long to be? I'd like to be what I'd long to be. What is that supposed to mean? Would I like to be what I long to be? Right now I just want to be asleep. Sound asleep. Without the scratching waking me up and making me stay awake until they're done with me, whatever the scratching wants or is trying to accomplish. I don't understand. I don't know. Would you like to be a vampire? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I look around the room. There's nobody else here. There's nobody in my house. I'm alone. I know this. I know that there's nobody else in the house. The deadbolt's on the door. The bar is locked. The chain is on it. Both the front door and the back door. There's no one in the house but me. And yet, they're scratching on your bedroom door. Yes, they're scratching on my bedroom door. I answer the voice in my head out loud. I know I am going truly mad now. Thank you. Whatever this is. The scratching gets louder and I can't stand it anymore. I stand up. I march over to the bedroom door. I unlock it and I pull it open. Just as the door unlocks, the scratching stops, but I go ahead and pull it open anyway, and there's no one there. Again. I step out in the hallway and flip on the light, and I look down both ends of the hall. There's nobody there. The light shows no one. I'm alone. I knew I was alone, but I really am alone. I slam the door and lock it again. Yeah, I shouldn't have slammed it, but I don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired of this every night. My eyes settle on the clock. It's now 1. I move back over to the bed and slump down to sit on it. The scratching starts again almost as soon as I sit. I start laughing. Oh my gosh. If this is somebody in my mind. What are you, the devil? Is that it? They say vampires are creatures of the devil, so is this the devil giving me thoughts in my mind? There is no answer. See? I knew it. I'm going crazy. I'm just going crazy. Except for the scratching. The scratching is driving me crazy. I've got to work tomorrow. I can't do this. The thought of calling out tomorrow or later today comes to mind. It would be a interesting situation if I could. I stare at the door as the scratching gets louder. It's not going to stop. I know it's not going to stop. The only time it stops is when I open the doors or I look out the windows or I try to find out what or where it is coming from. And I can't ignore it. I get up and move into my bathroom. One of the nice things about living alone is you get the master bathroom and the master bedroom. I close the door to the bathroom and lean up against it, sinking to the floor, putting an extra room between me and the door where the scratching is. I'm done. I don't have to listen to it. It's not as loud this now. Except then it starts on the bathroom door. Oh, crying out loud. What did I do? What did I do? I think back to the discussion with the man in the park. Had there been something else that I missed that he said? Yes. I didn't answer that question. I just kind of laughed at it. So if you had a choice, if you really had a choice, and you could be any of them, would you really be a vampire? I just laughed at him. I couldn't think that anybody would even think that was a real question. I mean, hypothetically, yeah, it'd be nice to be immortal and everything. There's drawbacks to every horror creature. You know, the wolf man has to be a wolf a certain amount of time. A vampire has to outlive every person that they love or they fall in love with, or they have to feed on their own, well, it's not their own kind anymore, but their former kind. The mummy is controlled by some person until they get control of their own lives. It's a hypothetical question. You can't ask a serious question like that. But I did. And you need to answer it. What? You heard me. Okay. Fine. Yes. If I could become a vampire right now, I would. Is that what you want to know? I say to the air, knowing that I must be losing my mind if I'm talking to myself to a voice that's not even real, in response to scratching on my doors that keeps following me around. But for the moment, the scratching stops. The next thing I know, arms come through the door. Long, claw-like hands pull me through into my bedroom from the bathroom. I can barely believe what's going on. And before I have a moment to react, I'm being held down against the floor, and I feel teeth in my throat, and the whole world goes black. Okay, welcome to the end of the video. Thank you for listening to the whole story. Let me know what you think of this story in the comments below. Let me know how you think I did. While you're down there, please give the video a like. If you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing and ringing the bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. A short reminder, I have a Teespring store with merch. I have t-shirts for adults and children. I have 4 mug designs. I have some masks. I have zipper hoodies. I've added some new things in the past week. I have added the link in the description below, so check it out. Get your own Mina swag. With the Teespring link is also a donation link from Streamlabs, which will allow you to support the channel in another way. Again, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been so welcoming, supportive, and helpful. I know I asked for a lot of input from you all. I just want to get to know you as you get to know me and be able to give you the best content I can. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day or night and be safe.